Today I want to talk about psoriasis. Psoriasis plagues millions of people across the world. Elderly people, children, teenagers, middle-aged people. And a lot of people, when they Google psoriasis, it's clearly written that this cannot be cured. And that's the first truth that I want to break today. It is absolutely false. There are millions of people who have psoriasis, and there are thousands of them who no longer have it. It's not a disease that needs a cure. It's a condition that needs to be put into remission. It is an autoimmune condition, and today I want to take this time to explain it to you. So if you have it, someone in your family has it, there's a lot that you can do. One of the reasons why we have been successful treating psoriasis over the years is because we refuse to believe that nothing can be done about it. Just because the medical world only has a steroid, and a steroid is great because it can reduce it, it can stop it, it can put it into remission, but everyone knows you can't be on a steroid for a lifetime. And after a while, you need to taper off the steroid, and then the psoriasis comes back again. So the whole point is, by refusing to believe that there is any other way but to accept this, we came up with so many different ways. Number one is understanding medically what is autoimmune. Autoimmune is nothing but your immune system behaving erratically. Our immune system is, think of it as the first and last line of defense in the human body. It's there to protect you. There's a germ, there's a pathogen, there is a virus that enters your body, your immune system rises to the occasion, does its job, kills everything, and then relaxes again. Our immune systems are always on alert to fight and protect us, but it needs to relax. In an autoimmune condition, the immune system is erratic. What do we mean by it's erratic? It's not down at baseline. It's always all over the place, and sometimes it mistakenly attacks you. Like rheumatoid arthritis, the immune system is attacking joints and cartilage. In a Hashimoto's thyroid, the immune system is attacking your thyroid gland. In a systemic lupus, it is attacking different parts of your body. In a psoriasis, it's attacking your skin. So what is psoriasis? As you can see, these are like some of the symptoms. It's itchy, scaly skin that can move from colors from a gray to a whitish to a dark red to a dark black. And this is different from person to person. What happens is, in an autoimmune condition, in psoriasis, your white blood cells, also known as the T cells, the job is to attack bacteria, pathogens, and viruses, but it starts to attack your skin. And now, because it attacks your skin starts to uncontrollably grow. So you have angiogenesis that grows blood vessels in your body, and it knows when to stop. So for example, let's talk about cancer. All right, everything's good in your body until angiogenesis goes out of control, which means it starts to grow blood vessels that can now supply oxygen and nutrients to cells, cancer cells, allowing them to grow multiply and rapidly into tumors. Now, like this in psoriasis, what happens is these blood vessels start to rapidly grow, supplying nutrition and oxygen to the extra skin that you have when you have psoriasis. Okay, so we're going to come to many solutions and even teach you how you can put it into remission. Of course, it's different from person to person. So psoriasis is the scaly skin. Our skin grows at a particular depth, but when the white blood cell starts to attack it, it starts to rise to the surface and grow over the surface. And that's why you'll find the thickening, scaly skin, scar-like skin grow on the top of it. Now, psoriasis usually happens on your hands, your feet, your neck, your scalp, and even your face. Lesser, but still very much present in today's world. You can have it on your nails, you can have it in your mouth, around your mouth area, and your genitals as well. Now, what we've seen in cases of psoriasis, while it can be genetic, and even if it's genetic, there's still a lot that you can do. We understand today, even if someone has a genetic condition, through epigenetics, through understanding how the gut works, through changing the internal environment and the external environment of the patient, your genes can upregulate and downregulate. So even if yours is genetic, your parents had it, you had it, your kids have it, there's still something that you can do to get into remission. Now let's say it's not genetic. What is causing this? Your immune system. Now the question to anyone who has psoriasis is, why is my immune system behaving erratically? Why is my immune system attacking me and not pathogens, germs, and viruses that it is designed for? When someone has psoriasis, the first thing that we do is also to look at them holistically. Do you have type 2 diabetes? Do you have inflammatory bowel disease? That's called IBD. Do you have heart disease? Do you have psoriatic arthritis? Do you have anxiety? Do you have depression? Because there are many conditions. When you have uncontrolled blood sugar levels and fluctuations in your body, it affects your immune system. Anything in your body, even fluctuating blood sugar levels and blood pressure, can confuse your immune system. Okay, there are many other things that can lead to this. Sleep deprivation. When you're sleep deprived, your immune system is not rested. It's constantly erratic the next day. 1 or 2 days is not going to cause a problem, but if you're constantly sleep deprived, your immune system is erratic. And that's why a lot of people get common colds and coughs and flus when they're sleep deprived, because it affects the immune system. All right, the next thing that we want to look at is, while there are many types of psoriasis, what can we do? What can we do when someone has psoriasis? The first thing, the commonality in all of our data shows these particular commonalities between people who have psoriasis. Number one is chronic stress. I'm talking about chronic stress. I'm not talking about day-to-day stress. You'll say, but Luke, how can a kid have stress? Let me tell you. When kids are in environments where there's violence, domestic abuse, where children are scared of their parents because their parents are constantly fighting or shouting at them or ridiculing them or putting them down or labeling them, children live with fear. That fear is also stress. So yes, children, and it's amazing to see our data of children who have this. The first thing I do is talk to the parents. Tell me about your home environment. Or sometimes it's bullying in school. Children are so scared to go to school because they're being bullied, and they start to have eczema and psoriasis. So chronic stress is one of the biggest commonalities. In fact, we've had cases where just working with their stress levels, the psoriasis goes into remission. The second thing that you need to look at as a commonality is gut health. If you have a leaky gut syndrome, if you have a weak gut, if you have an inflamed gut, that causes your immune system to behave erratically. And that's why everyone who comes to us, the first thing that we're looking at after stress is your gut health and trying to improve your gut health for your psoriasis to go into remission. 3, there could be a particular food or a group of foods that don't suit you. And every time you eat it, you have a flare-up of psoriasis. For some people, it's gluten. For some people, it's lactose. For some people, it's a mushroom. For some people, it's an almond. That's why focusing on the gut protocol to see what you should eliminate and slowly reintroduce, or sometimes getting yourself tested to see if you're celiac or lactose intolerant, can also make a huge difference when it comes to this. Then, the more junk and processed food you have, what do you think is happening to your immune system? Your immune system needs whole food, vitamins and nutrients to nourish it. But because you're eating so much of junk and you're not eating the right food, your immune system, which is the first and last line of defense in the body, starts getting erratic. It needs nutrients, but you're not feeding it nutrients. So even looking at junk and processed food. Then a sedentary lifestyle will lead to your immune system being confused. Your immune system needs activity. It needs movement, which is why exercise is also important. Over-exercising can also cause flare-ups of psoriasis, and also being sedentary completely in nature. So we have food that you look at, nutrition at a cellular level. If you have psoriasis, what are the foods that are anti-angiogenic, which means they work against angiogenesis, which is the baseline of your psoriasis? All of your foods rich in your polyphenols, your anti-inflammatory foods. So from your turmerics to your gingers, to your green teas, to your black teas, to your cruciferous vegetables, to your nuts and seeds, certain parts of your green leafy vegetable family. There is so much that you can do at a cellular nutrition level. And everyone is different. Someone may be allergic to cruciferous vegetables. So then how do I build corresponding nutrition in their body? How do I get food synergy, which is food working together to produce an outcome in the body? Okay, a lot of people think just stop eating foods that boost my immunity because my immunity is erratic. It's not that. Your immunity is erratic because of the condition and environment that you're creating within your body. So that's number 1, cellular nutrition. Then you look at your movement. 3, you look at your sleep. I have patients who, they have flare-ups of psoriasis and they call me up, Luke, I was sleep deprived last night. I got a flare-up. Then they sleep well the next night, the flare-up comes down. So what you need to understand, this is not a disease. You can live a life without psoriasis once you find out what is the root cause of why I have this. And you take care of the root cause and you go into remission. Now in remission doesn't mean you'll never get it back again. Let's say you're celiac and you can never eat gluten. So you stop eating gluten, build up your body, build up your gut, and your psoriasis goes into remission. You go on a holiday and you decide to eat it again. Of course your psoriasis is going to come back again. So let's say you've learned how to manage your stress, but you go through a stressful period in your life, the psoriasis will come back again. But the whole point is you don't need steroids constantly. You will use steroids. I use steroids with my patients sometimes when they go into a complete flare-up because it's better to control the condition before it gets worse. So you use a steroid, but at the same time, you're changing lifestyle, you're changing lifestyle, you're changing lifestyle. So you look at all of these things. Alcohol is a huge one. People don't understand that if you have psoriasis, alcohol is messing up your liver. Number one, making it harder for your liver to work. And number two, it is a trigger point for psoriasis. So you want to cut it down, minimize it, or stop it for a while. Sometimes psoriasis can also happen when we have an injury, and that injury or a broken skin is not taken care of. And that psoriasis can form, but that's easily reversible with right treatment. Infections can cause that at the same time. Now, the power of light, you can do UV therapy because light can kill those aggravating or those aggressively working T cells and white blood cells. So can sunlight and so can natural light. But now you got to be careful. Everyone's different. For some people, sunlight and natural light or harsh light will make your psoriasis worse. For some people, sunlight will be your medicine. So everyone is different and you got to figure out. That's why it's always good to figure out, break it down step by step in your body. You can't just say that, oh, this worked for Luke's patients, let's all do it over there. Even topical treatments. For some people, oat milk works. For some people, coconut milk works. For some people, a mix of apple cider vinegar and water works. For some people, certain homemade moisturizers work. For some people, it doesn't work because everyone is different. The whole idea of today, oh yeah, we need to talk about some medications that can also cause flare-ups and can also cause your psoriasis. So you want to be careful. People on high blood pressure medication. Try to notice if your psoriasis gets worse when you take your high blood pressure medication. You want to speak to your doctor. Certain anti-malarial drugs can cause your psoriasis to flare up as well. And if you're on any drug that contains lithium, this can also cause flare-up. So it's very important to know that certain side effects of medication can also cause that, so work with your doctors to put that in place. So do you need to live with this? Absolutely not when it comes to your stress levels. There's meditation, there's learning to accept, there's learning to let go, there's exercise, there's deep breathing, there's pranayama, there's yoga, there's spending time in nature, there's learning how to handle stress, learning how to express suppressed emotions that can help you. A lot of our psoriasis patients have suppressed emotions and repressed emotions. And the moment they think of it or it comes up, they have a flare up. So I'm here to tell you today that you don't have to live with it anymore. We have so many patients, and that's inspired us to share this with you, that it is possible to put your psoriasis in remission. If you don't put it in complete remission, at least you can make it better so that you're not constantly itching, you're not constantly losing your self-esteem and your confidence levels because you've got to cover up your skin all the time. If you look inside of your body, you always find what the problem is. I'm not against the steroid, I'm not against external medication, but that is only treating your symptom. This is a problem that is happening within you because your immune system is attacking you. That's why an immunosuppressant works. What is a steroid? An immunosuppressant. It works by suppressing your immunity. So today I want to plant that seed in your mind that you have the ability to heal your psoriasis and put it into remission if you do the right things. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.